Welcome back to the Hire Your VA podcast. I'm your host, Melissa Smith, the PVA. Please remember to like, subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with your network. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop believing the 4 myths about hiring a virtual assistant. And myths just don't come from Greek mythology. There are many business myths that people believe. There is the myth that you need a completely new idea to succeed, when in reality, many successful businesses were built by perfecting a business model or product positioning or customer experience, an idea that already existed. Success is more about execution and market fit than pure originality. Then there's the myth that you need a lot of money to start a business. Many businesses, including mine, and most of my clients were built on knowledge, dedication, and a smart strategy rather than venture capital. We like to call it bootstrapping. Or how about the myth that a great idea equals a great business? An idea is only the first step. A successful business requires a viable product or service that people will actually buy. There's selling, delivery, and satisfaction. Otherwise, you can start a business, but you won't guarantee you'll stay in business. The next myth is near and dear to my heart because those who know, and those who don't know are just kidding themselves. And this is a myth that running a business provides more free time. I once asked a client why he went into business for himself, and he laughed and said, "Why would I work for someone else for 40 hours a week when I can work for myself for 80 hours a week?" Of course, I was speaking to him because the work, time, commitment, and drained energy were just no longer sustainable. He needed to hire a VA. And I'll also share that women typically don't wait as long to hire a VA because they don't have a wife. They are responsible for the house, the kids, the cooking, etc. They start their businesses knowing why they left corporate and vowing to do things differently. They don't want to quit doing what they love, but they also don't want to be away from the people and activities they love. So then why do business owners wait to hire the right VA even when their freedom and flexibility are on the line? And it's because they believe the following myths. And I'm going to dispel all of them for you. So myth number 1, it's too early. And you may think it's too early to hire a VA, but the clients who believe this myth are the most likely to be delayed in whatever they are trying to market, be it a product or a service. The longer it takes you to get to market, the longer it takes you to start making money. And when preparedness meets opportunity, we call it luck. And the best way to be lucky is to be prepared. And when you're hiring this VA, you are making space, and space creates room for opportunity. It's hard to make room for opportunity when you can't find time and space for yourself. Now, myth number 2, hiring a VA is very risky. What does risk mean to you? Remember, being a VA is not a new concept. Even when I worked in an office and my boss was always present, he wasn't walking by my desk to see what I was doing or checking in on me. The reality is whatever you're afraid of might happen virtually could also happen in the office as well. And hiring the right virtual assistant isn't risky if you treat it in the same manner as you would hiring for your in-person office. Does it feel risky when you're hiring offshore? Well, yes. Does it feel risky when you don't conduct due diligence before hiring? Yes. These things don't make hiring risky. What they do mean is that you are creating risk in your company, and there is a difference. A good rule of thumb when hiring a VA is to treat the process as though you were hiring for your best client, because you are. This VA will have an impact on your best clients, whether direct or indirect. Conducting due diligence removes risk in just about every scenario you can think of, not just hiring a VA. So do your due diligence. Myth number 3, hiring an expert VA is expensive. Now, there are expert VAs all over the country who have different fees, will work on a project basis, and even charge by the hour. Yes, some charge more than others, but you have to determine first what you are willing to invest and what makes sense for your budget. The real issue here is that most clients don't actually know what their time is worth, so they don't have the right budget and numbers to work with, nor are they using VA services as an investment in their business. If you know how to make money and you know what you could do with your time to make more money, then this is where you want to be. And I have clients tell me all the time, I don't have the time to get it right and I can't afford to get it wrong. And let me be clear. If you are doing all of your administrative work, you are doing it wrong. It is creating bad habits. It's a waste of time. It's draining your energy. It doesn't allow you more time to do the selling, the strategy, the speaking, the writing, whatever it is that you need to do. And if you don't value your time, there's nothing I can say that will make it so. However, if you are a serious business owner and know how to make money and how you would spend that time to make money, I can show you how to hire the VA that's right for your business, that will be an investment, and have that VA pay off. It's so important. I cannot stress enough. If you don't know how to make money, then don't hire a VA, because you won't ever find out. You won't ever find out how to make that VA investment pay off. But if you know how to make money, there is a way to make that investment pay off. Myth number 4, I don't have enough work to give a VA. Now, this one is in a category all its own. And the clients who believe this myth typically will be so busy that they have trouble fitting me into their schedule for a consultation. They'll tell me how behind they are with everything on their plate and how much they hope to get caught up in the next quarter. And I just have to think, sounds like there's plenty of work here. And oftentimes they're just in denial. They think this thing is going to end. They think another season will bring more time. If only they can get through today, then next time it won't be so bad. It's seasonal, it's quarterly, it's even yearly. But what is more likely the case is they are busy working on a single project and can't make time for me. And since it's a project and not an ongoing issue, the client thinks they can't hire a VA. And using a VA is not like an employee or a part-time person for 20 hours a week. That is so antiquated. If you only use a virtual assistant for yearly projects, the investment is likely to be well worth your time. Think of all the businesses you know that hire specifically just for one time of the year, their busy season. You can do the same. And I get it. Delegating is hard. When it comes to working with the right VA, you are not delegating. The VA is anticipating your needs, and that is the measure of a true assistant. You can't think of all the bad. That's being pessimistic and kind of negative. Think of the good. If you want good in your business, think of the good that can be brought to it. And I would say be thankful that an hour or two in your day makes a huge impact in your business. I would say be thankful you don't have to budget for a full-time assistant. Isn't that great? Isn't it so great that hiring a VA for 10 hours a month is a huge win for your business? Isn't it great that you can hire someone during the busiest season so that you don't have to lose that time for yourself or for your family? You don't have to be stressed. It's not about how much work you have. It's about how much of your precious time and energy you want to save. And if you don't buy into these myths and you are ready to hire the right VA, I have the right resources for you. I have the self-assessment PVA pod class for you. I have the hiring workbook for you. When you get the pod class, you will automatically receive my vetted VA list as well. And if you would say, Melissa, again, I'm like your clients. I do not have the time to get it right and I can't afford to get it wrong. Just please do this for me. Then reach out to me, book a consultation. We'll get this together and we will start getting you on the right track to not doing it all yourself, because you can. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave a review. I'll see you next time. Bye.